Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Pause the video right now to check out my social media, my radio show, and thatdrummerguy.com. And most of all, enjoy the following presentation.
Hey man.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey. It's okay. It's just all the interviews came out earlier than I thought. So it was a kind of a collision between two. I did already.
I'm sorry to hear that, but with that, I do appreciate that you are taking time to be able to talk to me about everything that's going on right now.
Yeah, sure.
Well, of course, we are here to talk about the debut album from Animal Drive, Bites, which is available now through Frontiers Music. How does it feel to finally have this album out?
We are burned out, waiting for this album to finally come out. So now that it came out, I already feel like it's been out for like months. But yeah, it's my baby's finally saw the light of the day, and it's great. Can't wait to play it in my car and see if it sounds the same way like when we mixed it.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I've gotten the chance to be able to check this out over the last few weeks, and I really love what you guys have done with this album. It just combines so many influences of what I love in music. Your vocals are just absolutely phenomenal on this, and I just love this thing from start to finish. It just feels like such a great, complete album.
Thank you very much. I mean, it is very diverse, but in comparison to what I did on my solo records, it's not that diverse, because I used to do like tons of genres, tons of different genres on the same album, but somehow people wouldn't notice that it's so different, because there's my voice, and then there's the songwriting, consistent songwriting. So people would listen to the album, they would love most of the album or album in the whole, but nobody would notice that the first song was metal and the second song was acoustic, atmospheric song. So yeah, I'm glad people like this album. I think I think every song could be potentially a single. We are right now in debate what to put out next as a fourth single.
So, for people who may not be familiar, how did this whole band come to be?
Well, in 2012, I formed my solo band, and which turned out to be Animal Drive 4 years later. We had a few lineup changes, but pretty much what you see right now is what happened in 2015 when Killer came into the band. That's when I decided to rename the band, to put my solo project as my solo project, and to put this as Animal Drive, because Keller was helping me out a lot with riffs, with arranging guitars. He had this crazy metal ideas on my melodic ideas, and it would fit perfectly. So here we are. It's 2018. It's me. It's Keller. It's Rakinj on bass, and we have a new drummer, which we will announce in a few days.
Oh, and that's so awesome to hear that too. And that's got to be a very great thing for you as well, to be able to have now a couple different outlets to be able to show off all the versatility that you have in your style.
Well, I think it's hard to judge this band by this album. I think when you hear first 3 or 4 albums, you will get sort of idea of the songwriting and what this band is about. Because there's a lot of softer kind of stuff we didn't put on this one, and there's also proggier kind of stuff that's waiting on for the next record. And there's also even more crazy, heavy stuff we would love to show. So, we don't want listeners to be bored. This is not AC/DC type of band where pretty much everything is on the album, on every album is pretty much the same vibe.
And with that, how hard was it to be able to decide what songs were going to be on this album?
I don't know. We dropped 4 songs from this album that were planned, because I found out in the meantime that Frontiers wants exactly 11 songs. And I had 13 songs planned for this one. So we dropped one really progressive one and one really cool ballad. But, is going to wait for the next album.
Yeah, and that's not always a bad thing. I mean, of course it's disappointing when you have those songs and you want to be able to show them off, but it'll leave people wanting more, waiting to hear for the next album. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's all in the head of the songwriter and artist. I want this song to come out at the same time as the other songs, but and then they say no. I'm like, God, I want this song to come out, tomorrow. But that's the way things are, and it's okay.
So with that, I mean, with the album almost being out a week now, what has been the reception that you've heard for the album so far?
People are impressed, and I'm impressed with people being impressed. It's not that I didn't believe in the album. I just always go very humble in every type of work I do. I know that I look at that in different way. It's like having your kids and somebody telling you that your kids are not the best. You would be offended. But, once you get used to it and once you expect nothing, when you get something, you're happy. And people love this album. A lot of people told me that this is the best rock metal release of this year, which is a huge compliment, when you count all these phenomenal rock and metal bands nowadays releasing their albums.
Well, I can definitely say that it's up there for me as well. I mean, the more that I listen to it, the more I'm discovering about the songs and the lyrics and the patterns that are going on there. I mean, with every album, I'm discovering something new with it, and it always makes me want to go back and check it out.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And also, a lot of people told me that with every time they listen to an album, again and again, they discover something new, and they even love some songs more the more they listen to them, which I think is more important than listening to the songs and saying, "Wow, this is cool," and after third listening, you say, it's okay. It's very generic. So I'm satisfied.
Yeah, and that definitely shows the strength of a song and a strength of a band as well when you're able to hear those kind of comments where people are saying that they constantly keep going back to it and they discover new things rather than it just being cool in the first place and then you start to forget about it. I mean, when you hear that about the entire album, that is such a great thing to be able to do.
It is. I'm very proud of this album. I'm proud of my guys. I'm proud of Andreas, who produced this album, and he is the reason why this album sounds so powerful. His production is so badass and so full, and it was a hard work. We didn't have much time, but it paid off.
Yeah, and that was one thing that really struck me is I do love the powerful production that's going on there. I mean, it makes everyone that's playing on this album shine so much. I mean, whether it's your vocals or the rest of the band. I mean, when you have all that mixed together with the right production, it just makes for an absolutely killer album, and that's what happened with this album.
Well, you can have everything great, but if somebody, messes up production, it can come like, worst case scenario would be, having a great songs, great musicianship, great tracks, instrumental tracks, but then somebody messes up the mix and it's hard to listen. But, Andreas really knows what he's doing, so he brought the best out of all of us, except myself, because I'm the one mixing the vocals, because I know what to do to make my voice sound like it sounds live. Because when other people used to mix my voice before, a lot of people would say, like, you sound like 10 times better live than in the studio, which is a huge compliment. But I want studio and live to be equally good. I want people to say, this guy sounds flawless in studio and live. When it's something so different, like when it's like a huge difference between live and studio, it's kind of suspicious.
Yeah, that's a really good point, and I'm glad to see that you do take that initiative to make sure that you know what's going to be best for your vocals on the album, and that's what makes it one of the most standout parts of the album is you can hear that confidence in your vocals and the approach that's going on to it, whether it's the production or what you're singing about. I mean, it really shines through so amazingly well.
Thank you. Yeah, the arrangement part is also mine, because I play keyboards for 20 years, and I played in a lot of bands. I played from rock, from prog, from classical. So, when I hear a riff, when I write songs, it's not like all of these pop stars, they have a melody in their head and they want somebody to help them out develop that. When I have idea, I already have everything in my mind, from arrangement, from drum sound, I have breaks in my mind, I have how it sounds, blah, blah, blah. So I pretty much write songs in my head, like when I'm on a train station. Then I just come home and play through it, and it sounds, very close to what it sound in my head. So yeah, I'm grateful for that.
So what, now that the album has been released for almost a week now, what's going to be next for the band?
Next, we have tour. We have Milano, Frontiers Rock Festival in Milano with Bjorn Lande, with Striper, with Great White, and then we have UK and Germany planned for September, October, and August. So I hope that will, come to life.
And for those that are going to be able to see you live, what should people expect from an Animal Drive show?
Well, you can expect circus. I think we're going to go a lot more progressive on next album. But, we tend to do everything, but we still have a great energy on stage. I think that's what kind of, rises us up. Because when we're on stage, we're not a boring band, looking at their instruments. It's a rock and roll show. It's like Guns N' Roses meets Dream Theater, technicality from Dream Theater with Guns N' Roses kind of attitude. And I think that's something that's missing today. People love energy, people love melodic songs, but not everything to be very easy and basic, I think the depth of the songs and arrangements is also what matters. And if you come and see us, you won't regret. I tell you that.
Oh, and that just sounds like an incredible time, and I'm so glad to see that there is such a focus on the live show like that. I mean, being able to have that kind of great attitude, but still being able to play more complex and progressive songs like that, and being able to maintain that balance. I mean, that's going to make for a very fun set.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, people expect when they come and see prog band, they come and listen to the music, because most of the prog bands just, they have the measures in their heads, they have tempo, they have everything in their heads, and but there's not much stage presence there. And speaking of the rock bands, there's a lot more stage presence. But if it's a band that didn't change from album to album, it's pretty much very it's very one line. No, not too much dynamics and stuff. And we combine one another. And I play piano in the middle of concerts. I have a keyboard solo. We are also working out on a part of a concert where everybody switches their instruments and play one song. Because we used to do that a lot when in the previous lineup of the band. It was really cool.
Oh, that sounds incredible. I mean, I don't think enough bands really do that, especially when the musicians in the bands are capable of playing other instruments. I love the fact that you guys are going to be switching up the instruments and playing a song and being able to show off everything that you guys are capable of.
Yeah, well, we just started rehearsing because we have a new drummer. So, we have to rehearse that first. But yeah, I mean, I can't wait for us to start doing live gigs. I mean, I wouldn't say it's all about that, but it kind of is. If you're good in studio but you suck live, people will find out, and you're done. People will listen to studio records, or they will stop listening to studio records. This way, you keep people want more. People want to see you more. They want to come to more shows, and it keeps everything cool.
Yeah, and that's such a huge aspect of going to a live show. You want to be able to have fun at the show, whether you're on stage or in the audience. I mean, you want it to be just a fun experience, and it's great to know that that is such a big part of what will be a part of the live show, is making sure that it's going to be that fun experience.
Exactly. I mean, it has to be musically good. I mean, if you can make people have fun while, I mean, when we started doing this album, I said one thing. I said that I want this band to be a band that can make people cry and headbang. If you can make a ballad that will just crush people, and you can make them a song where they will just lose their minds, I think you're on the throne. Because not a lot of bands can do that. Some bands can do ballads to really hit you hard, but they don't know how to do heavy stuff, and vice versa. So, I hope my plan and the band's plan will come to life very soon.
Yeah, and I just imagine that getting bigger and better from here on out. I mean, definitely from this album, I can hear those powerful soaring ballads. I can hear those heavy crushing riffs that are going on there. I mean, when you have a song like Father, and then you have a song closer to the end like A Devil Took My Beer Again, I mean, you're able to have all these different array of emotions that are going on there. And that, again, at least for me, it makes it a very fun experience to be able to go through all these different emotions and want to go back to the album and hear those particular songs again.
Yeah, Devil Took My Beer Again is actually a very sarcastic song about life. The title is very cool, and that's why people think that the song is kind of, a joke. But it's actually not. It's a very, sad song, because it talks about a guy, like the beer is the only thing that can save him from reality. And, and Devil came and, he took his beer. So now he's done. He's got nothing to be happy for, because when he's drunk, he kind of, gets away from all the problems he has. And that's the only song that was co-written by me. It was done by me and our producer, Andreas. But yeah, Father is a very emotional song. Carry On is a very emotional song. Hands of Time is a real life story. So, people kind of felt that.
Yeah, very much so. And yeah, I did have the feeling that The Devil Took My Beer Again was that in that style. I mean, I definitely got that approach the more that I was listening to it, the more that you can hear that kind of cynical feel about things. But yeah, when you get into those other emotional ballads, I mean, you can hear the emotion that's going on there. And then when you mix that up with the other heavy, crushing riffs that's going on throughout the album, I mean, it's such a great mix for an album.
Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Oh, not a problem. Yeah, and, just again, just like the fact with the album getting the praise that it's getting, all the upcoming live shows that you guys are going to be able to do, I mean, it's awesome to see that this band is taken off the way that it is, and I just know it's going to be getting bigger and better from here, and like you were saying with the next album getting more into the progressive territory, as a gigantic progressive fan, I mean, I'm very excited to see where things are going to be going from the band from here on out.
Yeah, we already have almost the whole next album done in writing process, and I wanted to do a lot more proggy stuff on this album, but I was afraid that Frontiers would refuse that, because they saw me singing, Whitesnake and that kind of stuff, and I thought they have their vision of myself and the band. But now that they see that we can do both, we have a lot of really cool songs. One thing I can assure you is you won't get bored with this band, because we'll keep bringing with every new album, we're gonna keep bringing something new. So there's not gonna be one type of song throughout the album on every album.
Yeah, and again, from the fan perspective, that's such a great thing to hear. I mean, obviously there's gonna be the core sound of the band. I mean, that's just from the chemistry of the musicians working together. But being able to expand upon your territories, whether songs get more ballady, or they get more heavy, or they get more progressive, or whatever territories that you decide to go into in the future, I mean, as long as that musical chemistry is still going on there and you're able to expand your horizons, I'm very excited to see where it's going to be going.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I just played through probably the first song for the next album, and it has so many different elements, but still has, the hook. Every song needs to have a hook, so listener can, be hooked pretty easy. But I'm really excited to start working, because Killer, and guitarist, and I already started working on a few songs. He's got some riffs, and I can't wait for us to start recording that stuff. But we have to tour first for this album. Then we're gonna start really thinking about the next album.
Oh yeah, and that totally makes sense, and it's gonna be great for everyone that is able to see these shows live, being able to hear these songs live and be able to get that full experience. And even if they're just coming around to the band now and they may not be familiar with it, once they are familiar with what Animal Drive is all about, they're gonna be craving that next album, and things will just get bigger and better from there on out.
Yeah, well, I hope so. I mean, the reactions so far are beyond my expectations. It's not that I don't have a self-confidence or think that the album is not good enough. I always start from expecting nothing so I can be surprised.
Yeah, that's actually a great way to look at it as well. I mean, as long as you can make yourself happy with what you're doing, I mean, that's just a good base to be able to continue progressing on through life. And then once you find out that there is a fan base for what you're doing, and there are people expecting new releases from you and are excited about what you're going to be doing next, I mean, that's just a great bonus. this.
Yeah, exactly. That's what that's what every artist is waiting for. Is expecting. If you can do that, it's you're on throne.
And with that, I think that's a perfect way to be able to end this interview. Thank you so very much for talking to me about everything that's going on in the world of Animal Drive right now, and of course talking about the debut album Bite, which is available now through Frontiers Music. Once again, I love this album from start to finish. I love all the different arrays of styles and emotions and lyrical content and the amazing production that's on there. It's just a very solid album from start to finish, and it was awesome to be able to talk to you about everything that's going on with the band, and now you got me very excited to see what's going to be going on with the band from here on out.
Yeah, thank you very much for this interview, and I'll keep you posted.
Oh, fantastic. Before we wrap things up here, is there anything else you'd like to mention that I hadn't brought up yet?
No, you pretty much said everything about the band and the album, and just wait for our tour dates on our official site, animaldrive.com, and or just follow us on Facebook. Everything will be posted there.